going on, guys? I have a quick tip for you if you're an athlete and you're struggling with concentration. Now, there's an interesting thing to understand first. You hear coaches, you hear teammates, oftentimes they say focus or concentrate, right? Just by simply telling you to do that oftentimes leads to more stress, worry, anxiety, overthinking, the fact that you're trying to concentrate. So I want to share with you one quick tip to actually help reset your concentration. So understand one thing first. Let's go back just 1 second. Let's understand one thing. So concentration, there is no such thing as zero concentration, right? You can talk about meditating and going to a state of relaxation and not thinking about anything. But in a sense of concentration, you're always focused on about 5 to 9 things at a time. You always have about 5 to 9 things on your mind. Now, when you go into sports and you go into elite level sports and you go into doing things at an elite level, that concentration, that focus starts to narrow very, very, very narrowly. So it's taking all of the energy that you're focusing on those 5 to 9 different things and narrowing it down to one thing. And there's a really cool thing. There's a really interesting thing in sports, and it's a sense of time distortion. So if you're an athlete watching this, you've probably experienced it yourself. You know, a couple of examples is, you know, a 90-mile-an-hour pitch as a baseball player can slow down and seem like a lot longer time than it really is, because of the time that it takes to reach the plate is very, very short. Or in a basketball game, time just seems to slow down. But on the flip side of that, when you lose your concentration, what happens? Time seems to speed up. So there's this interesting thing of the time that's actually happening in real time. There's an interesting thing that happens when we lose our concentration. Time seems to speed up and go even faster. And there's this component when we're really narrowed in our sport and we're concentrating and time seems to slow down. But I want to give you one quick tip, because losing concentration is just a nature of playing sports. But if we can limit it, if we can decrease the amount of time that we lose our concentration, then all of a sudden we can perform at a higher level much more consistently. So the one quick tip is what I like to call controlled distraction. So what is controlled distraction? Controlled distraction is simply letting yourself go to, now I'm going to give you this scientific verbiage, going to an external stimuli to reset the concentration process. So all I mean is going to a specific thing. It can be something that you see, it can be something that you hear, it can be something that you feel. So you got 3 options. You can just go to some external thing that can bring you back to the concentration that you need. And that one thing, that one external stimulus, that one external thing is your reminder. It's your allowance to, okay, I'm going to let my concentration just relax. I'm going to reset it. I can focus on whatever I want, and it's going to restart the concentration process. I'll give you an example. There's a Evan Longoria. So when he started working with a mental skills coach, his external stimulus or his distraction was when he stepped out of the batter's box, he looked long and far down the foul line at the top of the foul pole. And there's a large yellow foul pole in every single stadium. And he took a deep breath, and that just reset his concentration. Now, it can be anything from what you see. So maybe there's something on the field or in the stadium that you look at to reset that concentration, or as a reminder to come back to your breathing. It's going to be different for every athlete, whatever that process is to reset that concentration. But the tip is, find some sort of external thing, external stimulus to reset that process. So you can look at something, you can look at some object, you can look at something in the stadium, something on the field. It can be something that you hear. So it can be a word or a phrase that you repeat to yourself to reset that concentration process, or it can be something that you feel. Right? Maybe you put yourself in a position. Maybe you put yourself in a powerful position. Maybe it's a specific stretch. Maybe it's just a specific movement that you're not going to do on a regular basis. So it's going to be a little bit out of the ordinary, but it's going to reset that concentration process. So controlled distraction. So you're being strategic with allowing yourself to be distracted, and it's going to be a reminder to come back to that concentration process. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, please smash that subscribe button down below and leave your questions in the comment section, because that's the inspiration behind these videos to help serve you guys specifically with what you're struggling with. And if you'd like to take things a step further, check the links in the description below. If you're interested in our coaching, if you're interested in checking me out on other platforms and connecting with me there, if you're interested in some of our other free training, definitely check it out in the description below. And I will see you guys on the next video.